Also, Yanis, uh, you've got nimble fingers, right?
Of course.
If you happen to see a half orc in the guild, well, in the miners' exchange, um, I think it would only be fair if um, you dealt retribution and s- checked if he had anything interesting in his pockets. You know, um, in
Why?
recompense.
Recompense for what?
Um, well, I'm not entirely sure, um, but I'm pretty sure he took something from either Mortal or myself, but I can't tell what. And he was very, very shady. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
If you say so.
But that's only if he's alone or exposed. Don't don't go causing trouble blatantly. But if you can, or think you can, then I think he'd deserve it.
Hmm.
But
All
yeah,
right. So I guess we
I'm
head on to
I'm
the Miners Guild.
Okay. Um, so you make your way to Lowtown again. It's as Lowtown as before. You get to the Miners Guild, and there's again a guard at the door.
I give him a cool nod. Does he step aside?
No, I mean they weren't blocking the door in the first place.
Okay.
Okay, we just give them cool nods as we go in.
All right,
I'm just
you
gonna
all go
eye
in.
him up and down, not gonna nod.
Were you all going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, before I go in properly, I'm going to make a note of making sure that I'm aware of my pockets, and I am consciously thinking about them and looking out for in case anyone touches or brushes up with me in any sort of sense, and especially so of the important pockets.
Yep. So yeah, do you go and talk to the boss?
Who's in the room that we in the main room? Anyone of note?
I mean, there's lots of people, lots of uh, um, miners, some other people.
No one who any of the party have recognized, though.
No, I'll mention if you ever like
Yeah.
come up
Okay.
like in general, if you go into some place and there's somebody you recognize, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Yeah,
I'll
I
turn
guess we.
to Mervyn and say, "Lead the way."
Yeah.
And I do. Lead the way.
Okay. So you go to where
With an air of self-importance.
you go to the same room you were in last time, and the boss is behind the table again, and you see five chairs set out in front of it, and boss says, so "Please have a seat."
Where's Todd's seat?
Yes,
Is Todd actually with us though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Todd.
Todd's always with Mervyn.
Then
all right. I once again casually like to not casually like without having anyone notice. I'd like to check my chair for traps or
All right,
trapdoors.
make a perception check.
23.
You don't see any traps.
All right.
You don't hear any traps either. Or
I'll
smell
take a
them.
seat then.
What about
I would like-
taste?
I would like Todd to
The,
stand behind me.
Yeah.
Like we're back to back. So he's
Yeah.
like facing behind us.
The Rat King looks at Janice and says, "My friend, if I wanted to kill you, you would already be dead."
Oh, well, I don't want to make this obvious. Like, this is just when I'm walking in the room and, like, taking a quick look
Yep,
around.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know,
I-
dude. She's
I don't respond.
one scroll of feather fall away from being assassin proof.
Yeah. Do you happen to have any of those by perchance?
I don't have.
The Rat King says, "I don't think so, but I can procure you some."
avoid standing. Then you should avoid standing near open windows. It's something I always do. Just as one professional to another.
The Rat King says, I see. Don't worry about me. I know how to protect myself."
The Rat King is actually an immortal god made human. Such trivial matters are no concern for him.
Fall damage.
I'd like to sit on one of the end chairs so that I'm not obstructed by another party member should I want to run away.
Okay.
As the leader, I'm in the middle.
I'll just sit
Okay.
between you because I'm just falling in line. So
So the Rat King says, well, so what brings you here?
Well, we do believe yesterday some messenger of yours was sent to fetch us here.
Yes, very good. Like you said, you wanted some work from me. And I have some to offer you. He produces from his he's wearing this sort of pretty big coat on and pulls from inside the coat, pulls out a golden chalice and says, I need somebody to take this chalice and transport it. And I just so happen to need it to go east into the Empire, and I just so happen to know that that's where you are going as well, so it would be no bother for you, of course, to take this and just bring it to Farn Lawson, and you'll be, of course, well paid for this.
And drop it off with the local thieves guild.
Drop it off with the local Rat King.
Sorry,
There's
the
one in
local
each.
miners union.
The boss says, you'll just take it there. Somebody will come and pick it up from you. Don't worry about it.
And what would make you think we're going in the direction of Farn Lawson?
Oh, little birds have been chirping.
Any chance we could know who these birds are in case we wish to communicate with you?
No, I mean they're not. They're of no concern to you anymore.
I don't think he means literal birds, Feared.
I'm going to give a look to Yanis. And well, since you seem to know so much about our doings, our comings and goings, I don't suppose you happen to know anything about the deep dwarves that were in the region of Ragornir.
The boss says, what deep dwarves are you talking about?
And I'm going to look over to Mervyn and say, "Can you show the picture? You still have the tattoo."
Yeah. I show him my little sketch of the tattoo.
The Rat King looks it over and says, well, this is, as you said, a deep dwarf. My eyes cast a long view over the lands, but the Underdark is one place that I don't really have much information on. I would think that your friend over here would know exactly who these are, though, right? And he looks at Janice.
I believe I already tried to identify this tattoo, and was the conclusion there that it's just like a regular gang sign of some sort? Or
No, the conclusion was that you don't know. You
Okay.
don't know.
Well, I mean, this particular band of ruffians was on the surface, and I don't make it my business to care about these lowlifes, but
Can we get an insight check, please, on whether that's true or not, whether the Rat King doesn't recognize it or not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, insight.
As far as you can tell, the Rat King is completely honest with you.
this chalice that he wants us to transport, have I ever seen something like this? Is it artwork, or is it looks like it just derives its value from being gold, or
It
is it
seems plain.
fancy?
It seems quite plain.
Okay, and it doesn't have any obvious inscriptions or anything on it?
No.
This chalice, though, why? I mean, presumably you obviously have your own messengers. Uh, why do you wish to give us this task?
The Rat King says, well, you were the one who asked for work, so I'm offering you work. Will you accept it or not?
Well, it depends on the compensation.
Oh, you will be compensated quite well. Don't worry about it. And your friends here have already proven themselves to be friends of the guild. So
Well,
They've probably earned a bit of like an advance on the payment, then, haven't they? That's a
We are professionals. We require.
well,
you
I
know
mean,
they're good, and I mean you know me, so you know I'm good too. So I mean,
the
To
boss
me,
boss looks at Donnie for a moment and says, yes, I do know you as well.
yeah.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but that does sound an awful lot like you don't wish to pay.
The Rat King shifts in the chair and says, "You're doubting my integrity, are you?"
Oh, no, not your integrity. Just as a business person yourself, this is, you must be aware of standard procedures and such. And I've accepting a job like this without anything up front, with unknown variables, unknown risks to ourselves, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Oh, trust me, Drow. There's nothing unknown about this. The surface world, it's much safer than your home. There's nothing dangerous on the way from here to Farnlawson.
Insight. I don't know if Janice would believe that. Should I make an insight check?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, 19.
As far as you can tell, the Rat King is being completely honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two things. One, he didn't pay us last time, right? We did the job kind of incorrectly, and he refused to pay us, if memory serves. And
I mean, so the thing is, last time you didn't actually end up doing that much of like a job for the Rat King. You just did kind of a favor for a favor.
right. And this time, we'd actually have the item, and we can do like a put the bag on the ground, swap, and if the connection refuses to pay us, then we can just sell the thing ourselves. But then I would like to pick up the chalice and inspect it with my magic detection glasses and expend one of my things.
Also, just looking at it, can Janice, and assuming it's solid gold, can Janice make an estimation of its value?
I mean, you would probably want to actually handle it to do that. But yeah, you put on your fancy glasses and you can tell that it is magical
It is
in
magical?
nature. Yes, and I guess it's I guess it's an enchantment, I guess.
Enchantment.
Yeah.
Okay, seriously, dude. What does it do? Oh, and also, so sorry. Does the Rat King have, because the glasses is 30 feet, does the Rat King have like a spell casting focus on him? Or anything?
Well, what you can tell is that the Rat King has a ton of magical items on them. And there's some sort of magical aura on them as well. Like there's all kinds of magic stuff.
Okay.
The Rat King is God. Or a
Okay.
deity.
All right, seriously, dude. What does the chalice do?
The Rat King says, well, what do those glasses do? That's what I want to know. But the chalice, it's a religious trinket. You remember in Thorn, they are big fans of Lathander. This is some sort of important religious artifact for them. Frankly, I do not know what it does. I would not be able to use it. Only a true follower of the Lathander's clergy would be able to use it for anything. If I am being honest with you, this is something that I am doing as a favor for another friend of mine. So I have not asked too many questions of them, and you probably should not ask them too many questions either.
And you want it to arrive in the same condition that you're handing it to us in, correct?
They say, yes. I mean, I doubt that you would be able to do much to it. It is, it does, what I do know, it does have some sort of protections on it, so you don't need to be too careful with it. It's not going to break.
That almost sounds like a challenge, I'll say quietly.
Well, I still stand by my earlier point that if we are smuggling unidentified religious iconography into and out of borders, presumably you have those, right? Borders? Yes? Then um, a bit of upfront compensation or something to signify how serious this is would be in order, I believe.
The Rat King says, nah, I suppose you're right. There must be something you want in the city right now. So,
Well, now that it's brought up, you're a great dealer of information. Would you happen to know about a human bard in the city? Um, they've been here a few days and staying by the and I'll say the name of the tavern we were, or describe the location of the tavern that we were, where my father was.
the Drowning Dwarf.
Okay.
The Rat King says, well, see, I manage many places. I do not know all the details of all the places, all the cities, all the people. So I do not personally know them. I can ask my people if they know this person. Why? What do you need to know about them?
I was. They agreed to speak with me yesterday, and then they seem to have disappeared without a trace today. Um, and considering that the city is still in lockdown, um, I just thought you, with your with your fingers in wide places, might know a thing or two.
So you wish to know their location?
Uh, that would be one thing, yes.
Done. A trivial thing. I will let you know. Anything else?
Well, if you have a ring of feather falling.
Do you? What's your most powerful magic item? Hand it over now.
Can we go through your lost and found?
Well, of course, always a good recompense would be a favor ode.
I'd like to say team meeting and motion for everyone to get in a huddle.
We'll scoot the chairs loudly on the floor into a circle.
No, it's like
Scrape.
fancy carpet, so it like crumples up.
And I whisper, do we want to ask about the election as a favor? Or do we think that if we stay out of it, it'll go our way anyways?
It's your choice whether to meddle in these affairs.
I don't think we need to do anything, and I don't think we need to ask about anything else.
Donnie, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, based on what we heard at the bar, seems like Byrne's going to win anyway. Rat King said he doesn't meddle with these affairs. We came to him the first time. So if we want to do anything with it, we probably might as well go talk to Byrne. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste of time talking to him, ain't it?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So we'll leave our price at that then. We suggest locating this acquaintance of Feared and a favor ode. Of course, an appropriate value.
The Rat King says, well, we'll see.
Very well.
I'll stand up happily to make my leave.
Okay.
And
anything
you take
else
the chalice?
you want to do?
I assume Mervyn still has it in his hands.
Oh
No?
yeah, we take the chalice.
Okay. You leave.
Okay, yeah.
And where?
I'm gonna
Where do you go?
be...
I would like to go back to the Adventurers Guild to immediately put the chalice in the chest with the arcane lock on it.
Well, we have the thing with us, right?
We're taking the cart everywhere with us?
I don't think we would take it down to where the Miners Guild is, since it's the
Okay,
bad part of town. So we
we
probably
left
left it
it.
there.
Yeah.
Since we knew we were heading straight there, so
We took a treasure chest with us to the Thieves Guild. Yeah, of course we did that.
I mean,
I
you
think
have
it was-
access to the cart. It's just to streamline the gameplay.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And then
So
Well.
do add it to the cart then.
yes,
Mystery chalice.
add it to the cart. You know what? I would like to take 10 minutes to ritually cast Identify on the chalice.
Right.
Now that I have my brand new shiny gem.
All right.
It's a cursed chalice. Anyone who touches it is doomed to die.
Um, hold on a second. So, first of all, you learn that the chalice of Lathander requires attunement by somebody who has attained the title of Morning Lord, which they need to be a Morning Lord of the Church of Lathander to be able to use it, and the chalice has a command word that can be used, and it starts shedding bright light, basically the same as the light spell, and also it can also be used to cast the healing circle spell as well.
Is that written down somewhere?
I mean, I
write
can provide you with the written description as well, but again, I'd like to reiterate the fact that it requires attunement by someone who is
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
Yeah, we can just
cleric.
keep it in the thing. Has Mort told us who he worships as a cleric or not? Because I personally don't recall it, but I might have missed it.
Mort has a symbol of a jurgle on the robes,
Okay.
and you also definitely know that.
Shit.
Ouch!
What was the title they needed again? Sorry.
What did he say?
What was the title they needed again?
Morning Lord.
Morning Lord. Thank you.
Yes. Morning as the time of day, not mourning the dead.
Yeah.
That would be a different deity.
Okay.
I'm kind of tempted to cast spell magic on it to see what happens.
Oh yes, here, this priceless magical artifact.
Well, he kind of said that it wouldn't do anything, so now I'm curious. Um,
I mean, I think the Rat King was talking about like physical harm.
Yeah.
oh no, it's accidentally lost all its magic. We didn't do anything to it.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it might be a good thing to keep in mind.
should we
Should
need
the
to? Yes.
should the chalice suddenly need to be an inert magical item, or
Yeah.
an inert golden chalice?
But great news, it's not going to explode. So it's safe
But
to take with.
but with dispel magic, you can only dispel magic
Yeah.
of
the
like
lowest.
equal or lower level.
Okay, into the chest it goes.
Which yeah. Up next.
Now, can we go to the like one of the handlers or receptionists, and I'd like to ask, when is the arena open next?
They somebody informs you that well, the arena is going to be used for the elections
Oh.
tomorrow.
But nothing today. No combat of any sort.
No.
Hmm. Well, it
Is
was
the
suggested.
election combat based, or is that just the largest stage in the city?
Battle to the death. All votes are
please,
really just
please
meaningless.
do.
It's
Can we have the two candidates fight each other?
The person you're talking to informs you that well, I don't know what the king has decided. You need to ask their people.
and where would the king be?
In the castle.
Shall we go to the
Well,
castle, guys? I think I've got an idea.
I mean, sure, but I feel it would be also interesting to visit the sage character.
Oh yeah.
You can't
The-
visit him yet.
There's no
He's out
limit
of
on.
town.
Oh,
There's no limit on when we could do that either. So, I'd quite like to speak to the king if we could get ourselves an audience.
Are you gonna convince him to make it a battle royal?
I'll be right back. In a second.
That's not my intended plan. No.
Can it be?
Depends if you can convince Fred.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do. Which one?
You roll
Which one?
perception to try and get me to roll perception on the king. Well, that's if we got to the king.
You know what? My vote is king first.
And you, Donny, would you happen to know what the king looks like, or is that a bit too far from the gutter?
I mean, he's short, 4 feet tall, medium build. I think he has a beard, brown hair. Pretty dwarfish.
Yes, you do seem to be describing a nondescript dwarf. You have my congratulations.
That's what he looks like. I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you for telling me that the king of the dwarves looks like a dwarf.
Hey, you're the one who asked what the king of the dwarves looks like. So
Surely, what would we do without you? I'd like to make my way over towards the castle, and others may choose to follow me.
All right. So you all start heading over to the castle, and you are stopped at the gates by the guards, who ask, "What's up?"
Hello. We are from the Adventurers Guild, and we have an urgent message for the king. It must be delivered at once.
Please roll deception.
Deception. And that's not what it really would be because of my thing. Treat a 9 or lower as a 10, so it's a 17.
They believe you. They they say, "Sure thing. The king's in the throne room."
And then we don't know where the throne room is, do we?
I mean,
They point in the like general direction.
okay.
yeah,
so,
it's probably pretty obvious.
so I'll head in that direction to the door that I was pointed to.
You were not pointed to a door. You go to a
the
courtyard,
direction.
and there's another gate that's coming up. But before you get to that gate, though, a familiar face jumps up from the shadows. No, they just come out of building, and it is Margrave Lubor, who stops you and says, "Oh well, doesn't like physically stop you, but
I'd like to see him try.
Do you want to see his stats?" But the Margrave says, adventurers, have you come to report on your work? How did
I'm
your
sure
job go?"
I'm sure you'll see the results yourself, and we can discuss things, as you said, after the election.
But so how did it go with the boss?
We met with him.
Well, we came to an arrangement, but there was a bit of haggling around the payment for this particular job. But
You didn't mention he was a crime lord who controls multiple cities, did you?
The dwarf looks a little bit confused and says, "Excuse me,
I like
you
nudge
didn't talk to the boss of the miners' union?"
Feared. We talked to the boss.
Oh, sorry, I'm confusing things. We spoke to so many people to convince them of stuff. My apologies.
Convince them of stuff.
Yep, that's what I say.
The Margrave says, I see. Well, I believe you then. I hope that whatever you did has turned all of Lowtown for me. I will of course try and ascertain this myself before the elections, just to make sure. And hopefully, if you've done a good job, I can pay you as agreed, or maybe even a little bit more if you've done a particularly good job.
Oh,
That is very pleasant news. But we wouldn't wish to keep you. And I will bow and whatever direction he was going in beforehand, I'll make way so that he can continue that way.
Yep. Continues on. leaves you alone.
Okay, once he has left us, I will continue in the direction of where I was pointed to.
Yeah. So there's another gate,
Mhm.
an inner gate to an inner courtyard, and there's some dwarves that stop you and ask you what's up, and then you lie to them again, and they let you through.
You're not gonna make me roll for at least, or is just a 17 at least good enough?
No,
Without
you
passive deception.
got it true both with one roll. But yeah, you end up at the inner castle, which is quite an impressive building. It's a tall, like several stories high, building that's pretty wide as well. It looks to be both quite like regal and yet practical, and also it looks like it could stand war.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's very defensible.
Yes.
As
The
expected,
windows
of
are
course.
small and the walls are hard to climb. Stuff like that.
Yeah. And the doors are guarded by some dwarves, and they ask, "What's up?"
We have an
These seem to
urgent
be. I'll mention these seem to be wearing some more fancy stuff than the guards at those other gates.
We have urgent news for the king. It regards the upcoming election. He must be told personally about this.
One of the guards, there's two of them. They say, sure. I will go and fetch the chancellor," and they go inside. And the other
quick
one,
checking. Wait, just quick checking. Was it decided what we're gonna tell the king?
Not fully, but I think the party's consensus is we don't like Lubor. So, um, maybe kill a few birds with one stone.
Gonna go
Um,
tattle on him. All right. Okay.
well, just ask his opinion on a few things, and you know, meeting a king would be a nice thing. Hopefully, we don't get executed for it. Um, we haven't done anything necessarily wrong currently, and I wouldn't even say that all the deception rolls have been fully deceptive or like negatively. There's not been any negative intent behind it. It's been in the best interest of the country, in some degree.
I mean, Janice didn't
depends.
lie.
To
It
inform the
depends on the
king of a
point of
country about
view.
corruption is kind of, it's hard to dispute that that's a good thing. So
What if Lubor is the king's son?
the other guard that stayed with you looks at Todd and says, "Nice tin can."
Thank you.
Made it yourself?
Yeah.
Ah, nice. I tinker around with these kinds of things as well.
Oh. Well, I also made these, and I show him my super cool sunglasses.
They say, "Can I try?"
Don't press the activation button because they only have so much power in a day. But you can inspect it.
They inspect the glasses for a little bit, and they give them back as two dwarves come out now. One of them is the guard, and the other one is somebody who looks a little bit fancy. They don't have a beard, and they have medium length hair. They are dwarf though, and they say, I was told you have a message for the king.
Um, uh, and my apologies. We aren't natives here, but we have uncovered some somewhat distressing news. Who might you be? I was told you are a chancellor.
Yes, I am Chancellor Martin. Pardon my manners. I help the king with his work, and we are busy arranging the elections right now. But please, let me know what the message is, and I can relay it to the king.
Um, it involves the bribing. It involves a candidate bribing votes and causing an unfair uh, change in the minds of many. Um, but surely the king should hear this directly, as to ensure that he hears the full story, if you don't mind.
The chancellor laughs a little bit and says, yes, I see that you are not native to our land. What you describe is nothing unusual.
So
This
you believe?
this does not sound like it would be relevant for the king right now.
So you believe it is right for um, those with to win the election by coin and nothing else? Do you? I must ask. Do you not value the citizens here?
The chancellor says, well, of course. But this is how we run things. It is tradition. The best dwarf wins.
Best dwarf wins. Do you mean there'll be
Makes sense
combat,
to me.
a trial by combat, in the arena? I had heard someone say that dwarves are fighters after all.
Uh, no, certainly no. You wouldn't see the Margrave going into a battle arena anytime soon. But no. It is allowed for the candidates to use their influence to try and persuade the voters.
And God, I forgot what I was going to ask. And the king is stepping down for someone like that. Why? Why is the king abdicating, or why should there even be a new king?
Janice may choose to relay to you the information that the king has a fixed term, or then not. All right.
Janice is just amused by like how Feared is making an idiot of himself. I mean,
the
she
chancellor
remembers clearly reading in the law that this type of stuff wasn't explicitly forbidden, and from her point of view, bribing people is like completely normal. Doesn't really
Yeah.
get why Feared is so up in arms about this, but
yeah, the chancellor explains to you that oh, but the king's term has ended, and they must step down. This is tradition.
And is it tradition to deal with the thieves guild? Out of curiosity.
man, digging that
Mervin
hole.
would like to step in and say, and what if I told you that we know for a fact that Lubor is consorting with this drow.
What? Don't bring me into this.
Well.
The chancellor looks a little bit amused about the situation and says, well, what do you mean about the drow? It seems like they are sort of like asking as a joke, but also kind of not.
Yes, Mervyn. What about the drow?
He made it very clear he promised her a position in court.
Why don't you do a deception check?
Thank you.
Can I provide the help action?
There's no helping.
Janice is just
There's no
completely
helping
blindsided by
Mervyn on
this.
this.
Oh man.
The chancellor says, I mean, I doubt that, but even if Luba would have done that, it wouldn't be against what the king may do. But as far as I know, Luba is the kind that does not consort with our dark friend here.
I mean, I would make an excellent foreign minister, but
Okay.
Well, I suppose it seems that we were under false pretenses and a bit confused. If everything's all right, then I suppose the law is the law, and no harm done. Then,
Except for the stitches you're gonna get. Stitches.
The chancellor says, is there anything else I can help you with?
there any way you
Is
can
there
tell us
anything?
The method
Any-
of the election tomorrow?
The method?
Yeah, well, the law doesn't specify how votes are cast, or how, no, not votes, sorry, how the king decides, or like, you
is it
know,
a simple majority or?
yeah, simple majority, 2/3, or just who gets bigger chunk, is there a debate, do they fight to the death,
The chancellor says, well, the king has chosen to go with the traditional way, as is tradition, and has decided that we're going to use the traditional method of counting the votes.
and
And
as we have made it very, very, very clear, we are very oblivious to your traditions, so maybe you could.
So
Yeah,
if there
the
were 3 candidates and none of them got the majority or over 50% of the votes, what would happen then? Would the person with the largest share become the next king?
the chancellor says, but there are only 2 candidates. Let me explain this to you as simply as possible. Every dwarf in the city votes, and their votes are counted, of course, depending on where they are from, of course. So those in the better parts of the city have more of a say, as is tradition, and in the case that the results are not the results don't mean that either one would be elected, then then there is always the tradition of the ritual combat that they are going to that each candidate is going to choose their champions, and they are going to partake in the combat, and then as is tradition, the wealthiest of the dwarves get to cast their votes again, and they get to choose again who gets to be king.
Mm-hmm. Very fascinating.
As is tradition.
Yes.
Well, I can't help but feeling as though we've wasted your time. And to that end, I must apologise. The last thing I might ask: does the king enjoy music?
The chancellor says, very much, yes. The king is a little bit of a musician themselves as well. Yes.
I myself am quite. I have quite a way with music. You wouldn't happen to. The king wouldn't happen to want some music to be played currently, as I, I'd find it a great honor to play before the king.
The chancellor says, well, we must focus on business right now, but perhaps we can hire you after the elections once the king has retired.
If you insist that you don't want any quiet or calming music in the background whilst you work, then I won't press. But I do have a many instrument that have calming tunes.
The chancellor looks at you and says, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice."
Donnie just kind of pipes in like, "Have you ever thought of having like a live performance at the arena on election day? I think it would really, like help bring that sense of community to everybody while they're choosing the king. And who doesn't love a good liar? I mean, I know I do. I don't know about you, but I know I do."
The chancellor ponders for a moment and says, "Huh. You're right. You're right. I mean, it would not be traditional, but it does sound interesting. Perhaps if you are a traveling band of troubadours, maybe all five of you could play at the arena tomorrow."
My face is gonna go a bit paler, and uh, and I'm going to say, well, whilst I'm sure they might have some skills, I don't believe they have the same training as I do.
No, no. Sorry, I almost said
Well,
that.
no, I was not trained
No.
wandering along roads, riding a wagon, or anything like that.
We can do it.
Oh,
Don't sell us
oh!
short.
If you find your father, then that's already two musicians, and my singing voice isn't terrible.
If I like curl up in my shell, I can make a nice little stage. You just kind of stand on top of me.
That is not what I thought you were going to say.
I could pop my head out the side, just kind of sway back and forth, kind of look.
Wait a minute, Donny, can you use your shell as a drum and
Oh,
play a
sure.
xylophone on yourself?
I mean, I don't really have multiple tones across. It's kind of more. It's like a handpan kind of situation. But yeah, I think if you took some small objects, maybe kind of the blunt side of some daggers, you could just kind of play along my shell, perhaps while I'm back there. I got a pretty hard natural exterior, so that could, yeah, maybe get a little robot friend, just doing an adorable
Yes.
little
How
rendition.
about you, Mervin? How is your musical skill?
I have fireworks.
Oh, she's more of one of our roadies, more so than an on-stage talent per se.
You wouldn't mind us to have a bit of a spectacle and to perform, I suppose, with more than just music. Would you?
Oh,
The Chancellor says, certainly. I mean, that would sound even better.
Lovely.
What better way to announce the new king than with fireworks and a turtle drum? I mean, doesn't get better than
um, the Chancellor thinks for a moment and says, please wait here for a moment. I will be back momentarily." And they disappear inside.
Well,
Um,
I mean, this was going very badly, but now maybe it's not. Maybe there is some redemption for us.
okay, but Feared, I can only sing certain chants. You'd have to teach us the songs beforehand.
Yes, of course. And you would only be playing simple parts, but
Oh, I thought we were more of a jazz ensemble with a lot of improv. Are we not? You guys don't think that would be a good idea?
no.
And
You will be playing
Okay.
simple accompaniments, whilst Mervyn handles the pyrotechnics. And I don't know. Can your poisons be used to create any colors and explosions?
well, none that would be healthy. But my voice isn't bad.
We can hear it later. Um, and Mort, you
And well,
can.
but we should definitely find your father, though.
Yes, that would be a very large benefit. The two of us together could quite well play for a king. Mort, you have explosions that you can cast and magic of such sorts. I'm sure you in your pink robes could cause something to amaze. And Donny, by chance, would you happen to be able to spin around in your shell at all, or would that make you a bit too dizzy?
I mean, I do anything for the show. Should I make like a acrobatics check for that?
I mean, you don't need to right now do anything.
I mean, I don't know. Do we want to, in general, set the tone if I can or not before we even get there? I can try a demo for you right now and show you what I got.
I don't think that's the best idea right now. If he comes back and sees you just stuck on your back, I'm not sure the situation will end too well for us.
I mean,
Okay, but
it's a common misconception that I'm stuck on my back. Okay, I just need to kind of rock back and forth, couple sways. I'm back. But
okay, but we're doing this for popularity. Your payment.
We'll also
I
be
mean-
in the like on the ground where the election's happening,
yeah,
and that's the
it's-
plus.
don't you want to be a part of history? Don't you want when they talk about the
I mean,
great
I'm
election?
already a part of history.
Oh,
If you look into the family ledgers, my name is there.
Yes, we get it. You have a rich family. You clearly have the most impressive family out of all of us, and we are all nothing before your family line. My mother.
That's
Then I'm just going to turn away from Janice.
that's very generous of you. Thank you, Fjord, for
Um,
appreciating.
One thing that I checked Mort's spell list, and one spectacle that Mort could do is animate dead.
Oh, we can have like skeletons, and they can play their ribs as like a clavicle.
I looked up fog cloud to see if Mort would have it, and he he wouldn't have it, which is unfortunate. None of us are a druid, ranger, sorcerer, or wizard, or that would be cool.
Oh, I can cast the sparkling effect, fairy fire.
Lovely.
That's purple.
But so the chancellor comes back, carrying a piece of, I guess, parchment, and present it to you, and says that with this writ you can purchase any items you need for the performance. It is you can use this. Any of the merchants in town will recognize the seal of the king here, and yeah, you get this parchment which states that you can purchase that the royal crown will purchase anything for the performance,
Oh,
for the elections.
we think of it. Just okay. I haven't seen one of those before. That's pretty neat. I like that.
We got a credit card.
Time to buy all the magic items in the town and then just bail.
Oh yeah, you know that scroll of mighty fortress.
Yeah. I don't know. I did see that, and that would be interesting. I don't know how big the fortress is. If we could fit it inside the arena, I don't know how the spell Mighty Fortress works. What the dimensions are of it.
Can we get that shop link again though?
It's still in the chat. You just have to scroll.
Oh, it is in the
up.
chat.
Yeah, you
scrolled
can
up.
you can scroll it up.
I'll
I must
repaste
have missed it when I did.
So it's
Oh, there
at
it
the
is.
bottom
There it
now.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's these pipes of haunting that I remember seeing, but
Yeah.
that's probably not.
There's a prestidigitation spell scroll, and depending on how many they have, we could do some stuff with that. Control flames as well. We could make. Are there any? I think the control flames would be interesting because we could start a fire and put the faces of the dwarven candidates in the fires, and then whichever one wins, we get rid of the loser's face. And I think that would be pretty theatric.
Okay, this is yes, but I think we should definitely focus on finding your father, though. Extra musical help would, as good as my singing voice is.
The chancellor looks at you a little bit, kind of like waiting, and says, "So, will there be anything else?"
When would you like us to be ready and there in the arena?
Oh, in the evening tomorrow.
Okay, yes, that can work. Thank you very much. We shall be ready then.
All right, thank you.
All right, we've just agreed to become a band.
Hey, and what do you usually use when you're fighting things? Yeah, by chance.
These daggers, I have like daggers on my hips. So.
You're not about rapiers at all?
Oh, I've got one of those too.
Because I'm just saying, if we got the credit card, a rapier or warning used as a as a tool to just kind of make music on my back might not be a bad way for us to spend some of that coin. I'm just saying. You get a pointy sword, and it's all on the government dime. So I could think of worse things. I could totally write that off, right?
I think, like, character alignment wise, Fred would genuinely want to make a good performance here. and wouldn't
Donna's just got no money. That's why he's saying it. He's like,
Yeah, no, I think Fred wants to spend the money to buy things that will actually make the thing go well. And who did the Chancellor hand the parchment to?
You.
Was it me?
And you
I
were
mean,
doing the
Mervin's the current leader, so current self-appointed leader. So Mervin has received it.
Okay.
I also have all the documents. I have
All the
I have
papers.
our
If
Yeah.
Mervin gets set on fire, the group is going.
But yeah, so just to reiterate the paper, indeed, it states that with this writ, the Crown of Stoneholm purchases jewels for the election arena performance.
Okay.
Fred. I don't know if you've looked at
So-
in this catalog here. I don't know if you've looked at the pipes of haunting,
gotta scare everybody.
but
Uh,
that seems like something you could really use.
Pipes of haunting. Let's try and find those.
And we
I don't
might
think
be
they'd
able
be
to
good for us.
actually convince them that it was for the performance.
uh,
I'm saying it's all about the tax write-offs.
Mervin, are you able to
What-
modify? Okay.
I'm
just
trying-
I assume-
I'm trying to like just like
We can figure out where the balance
Just-
should be.
no, I'm just trying to like underline to that it says that the Crown of Stoneholm purchases these tools.
Yeah.
Oh, not
The king buys them.
it's for the king owns them. Then it
Yeah.
wouldn't be ours to then just take.
Yeah,
off.
yes.
It's ours to
And-
use during the performance.
I assume we're no longer like right next to the chancellor. Like we've
Yeah,
walked
we-
away, right?
Yeah.
Slowly
We forgot,
walking out of the castle.
Say,
I mean,
Mervin,
I'm not
can
saying that you can't like figure out ways to illegally do whatever you want, but I'm just saying that's what the paper says. Just so you
Yeah,
Like
that-
create
so it's clear that they.
like also buy a plain set of pipes and make them look like the
Mervin, can you modify magical items?
No. Look through
Janice
the
is like, that sounds like something you would obviously be able to do.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, for example,
but-
I'm thinking. I remember when we were in the market, there was these eyes of charming that let you use charm person, but that's only a spell on that targets one specific target. If you could change this so that maybe it has a lesser effect, but on an audience, I don't know. That could be something to think about. But
Or,
That
if you
could
want to start the
possibly
show
be.
off- Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, that could possibly be something like in general. If you want to come up with your own spells or anything, just let me know, and we can work that out at some point. But but yeah, like modifying things like that, it's not outside the realm of possibility. Especially since Mervin is someone who would already be like knowledgeable about these things. But it's also not something that you could just like improvise in a day. It would take you a lot of money and a lot of time.
okay, so you presumably can't just make the eyes of charming into eyes of general friendliness.
No, I don't-
Not like overnight.
not overnight. Sorry. I mean, I
Hmm.
can create a deep sea diving suit in a day, but not
Not bad.
that.
Well, I think then our priority should be locating Fiert's father for the additional musical backup. Fiert needs to teach me whatever songs we want to sing. I can do vocals.
You think
Oh,
we should
dude.
start the show off with a bang and get the scroll of Thunderstep, and then we can just kind of boom launch ourselves in there. We'll have an
So
empty
please.
stage, no one within 10 feet. Nobody's going to get hurt. We just got a big old boom. And then we got Fred just coming in, just railing a nice little solo on the lute. Really bring the crowd in. We get the vocals coming in the back. Oh,
And
talking about us for generations. It's
Duke,
going to be great.
will you let, I know I can't create something magical. Will you let me invent amps? In a day.
Can you make like a big cone of metal, like on a
Yeah.
what are those things called?
Yeah,
Uh,
like a war.
Like on a gramophone, the
Oh yeah.
like the sound amplifier horn thingies.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. No.
I don't think that's
You'll
going
have
to be
to.
what makes or breaks up a performance.
Yeah.
Whether everyone hears us or not.
I mean, it's a well built arena with good acoustic performance. So I mean,
So they already have amps.
I mean, you be creative.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to find Feared's father, prepare for the thing. Feared needs to teach me whatever songs we want to sing.
Okay. Let's go back to the Adventurers Guild, so I can teach you some stuff there. And actually, never mind. That would be a bit too noisy. Where's a quiet place in this city? Donnie,
Well-
do you know any places?
I mean, there's nothing quite more romantic than playing music by the mushroom farms together. That's what I always dreamed about as a kid. Now that I
Well,
some
also
a
the
total lady
arena.
will show up.
Shouldn't the arena be empty? We can actually go there, right?
Yes. No. Actually, that's a good
Oh.
idea. We can practice there. Let's pick up some basic supplies from the market, and then we can head there. Any objections?
Basic supplies.
I mean,
Some instruments for Donny, and
and a scroll of prestidigitation and a scroll of thunderstep, because Donnie's bringing the boom. It's gonna. Oh, trust me. It's gonna be great.
All right.
Fred,
And
just wait, Fred. Just
so we go to the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Can we there purchase a pan drum for Donny?
Yes.
And how many skeletons can Mort control?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna first of all say that necromancy might still be
problematic.
not
can I check the codex to see if it's outlawed?
you could start reading it again if you want. But
Okay, I can check that later.
but yeah. But I think it's just the one.
If he uses a 4th level spell slot, which I don't believe he has,
No, he doesn't.
he can do 3.
Oh no, there's several. Yeah, you can do several.
But necromancy might be frowned upon.
Yes, I suppose you have a point.
I mean, Janice probably doesn't
Janice
know
has
that,
no
but yes.
Well, a
Plus, you'd need like some willing corpses.
I'm sure there's a cemetery or a morgue. We'll go to the.
I mean, there is,
Yes.
but again, you would need somebody who would like
We have the kings.
people
we
who
have
would be okay with it.
We have the king.
We raise the body of the old previous king who has since died, a long dead king. We'll get the first king to come because this new king will be the king of kings.
We got his
No.
Well, we could go to the morgue and use the king's writ to purchase some backup dancers, but
If he can only control one, then that's not very symmetrical, is it now?
and also, is Mort good at dancing? I was under the impression that those who control the undead can't make them do better than they could themselves, or am I mistaken?
I don't
Well-
know. Mort, are you a great dancer? We've never had this conversation.
Or we could just oh, the Rat King still owes us some favor or a favor. We could ask him to provide dancers for us.
Jen,
Surely.
I love where your head is at.
Surely he knows where to find them.
I have a question. Mervyn, you're not able to quickly create a bag of holding before tomorrow, are you?
No,
Darn, I guess we can't create a portal to the astral plane then. But, oh wow.
I
We
gave
can-
that up so I could make my sunglasses.
Yeah, no worries. No throwing a portable, no throwing a bag of holding into a portable hole. C'est la vie. Because that would be pretty interesting if we just get astral plane creatures to come through.
Just make a bomb in the middle of the election.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would just blow up the arena.
So just
It
make a
says
black
10 feet.
10 feet of suction, yeah.
Say it's like a black hole within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Well, I can.
Yeah, I mean,
cast-
it wouldn't blow up the arena like the whole place, but you know, it would still it would destroy that one particular part of it.
No,
So-
I think,
so-
I think
so no
asking
on the
Rat
astral
King
plane.
for a musician, an extra musician if you want one, and backup dancers. Perfect. Perfect.
So yeah, we need the we get the pan drum, and then I'd also like to get some extra sticks so that someone could play music on Donnie's back. And then I say to the group, the plan is someone will play music on what seems to be a tortoise shell, and then the tortoise will come alive and play music itself. It will be amazing. And then we will have the explosions and everything. It will be great. How many scroll of prestidigitation do the shop sellers have? As there might be multiple of certain items in the shop. I don't know.
More prestidigitation as a cantrip.
Ooh.
Let me see. So I don't. I think. It's just the one.
One of each. Okay.
One scroll. Yeah. Yeah. And also, Mort does not have prestidigitation. Mort does have a mage hand.
Mm.
Does he
So
have
do I.
minor illusion?
Prestidigitation is
Or...
such a small
No.
effect. I think my second level pyrotechnics spell will be far more impressive.
Well, yes, but we don't just want a short
Right.
performance. We want a kind of grand thing.
What about throughout the whole performance, we use the scroll of control flames to do like what are they called? Those columns of fire bursts.
Yes, those could work, and we could
And
even do them
then
in time with the music.
Fireworks I do will be like finale.
Sure. Yes, that sounds good.
Well, control flames, I think it's an instantaneous thing.
Okay, then I'm gonna need a bunch of them.
You instantly expand a flame 5 feet in one direction. You instantly extinguish a flame. You double or halve the area of bright light and dim light. Change the color or both for an hour. You can cause simple shapes such as the vague form of a creature, inanimate object, or location to appear within the flames and animate. These last for 1 hour.
Do as we were in the castle, did we see a crest of the king? And on the map?
Do you mean like a logo kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen the Stoneholm crest.
Okay. And would we be is that in the realm of control flames to make that logo appear?
Sure.
Okay. Um.
So if I get like a bunch of control flames, and then I have like 4 candles out around you, then I can periodically do, and then, and then whatever.
But you do only have the one control flame scroll.
Well, we can buy as many as we need.
No, but they only have the one.
They only have one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Does-
sorry. Then I did not understand what was happening.
Yeah.
Mort
They
have
just
the-
have one of each.
Does Mort have the spell?
Control flame?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let me check. Control. What is it? Level.
It's a level.
Cantrip. Control
Yeah,
flames
it's
is a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
druid,
it's not even a
sorcerer,
cleric
wizard.
spell. Yeah, never mind.
Nerd.
Also, we need to think about: are we going to play one song, or is it going to be like a set? Or do you want to play ambient music and then right before the result is announced, we do like the big show with the fire and the explosions and the thunder step and the all of that stuff?
Yes,
Yeah.
that sounds appropriate.
Yeah. I think Fred's out there, strumming it up all day long. When they're going to announce who wins, then there's kind of like sudden silence. And I'm off stage and I'm playing my little pan drum, doing my thing. And then I use the scroll of thunderstep and just arrive in the middle of where we're going to play. I'm spinning around on my shell, prestidigitation. We got sparks flying up. And then all of a sudden I kind of finish that spin and just kind of enter into my beat. And that's where Fred just comes in, like the freaking study is. And he's just strumming along. He can stand on my back. I don't care. I'm a strong boy. We get the singing back from Giannis. Oh, we got Janice. We got the fantastic fires coming in over here from more.